CLAUDE, I presume. No need for the pistol, old chap. We were sent here by Jacqueline.
I know who the three of you are, and I have good reason to believe that one of you is Gestapo spy.
Oh no, you've made a mistake. It's not possible.
Just how long have you known these two gentlemen to be so trusting of them?
Now listen here, old chap. I appreciate the need for caution, but we'll happily answer any questions you might have. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Pilot Officer Randolph Wright, flying special duties for the Royal Air Force, dropping crates to your resistance bombers. I probably carried half the supplies you have in this room.
What's the matter, Polly?
Randolph Wright. Pilot Officer Randolph Wright. My uncle.
I think I see the problem here. You do a lot more than just help out stranded airmen, don't you? You'd be a member of... Let me see... Marquis? Polly, you might have asked yourself how the police came to find us so quickly on those railway tracks.
What do you know about that?
Only what I've been able to deduce. I think you went there 2 nights ago, and you took these explosives with you.
But the police were there, you say. They knew.
Oh, yes. They knew. They were waiting. I think you should be grateful to Polly and I, Claude. You and your fellows, it seems, were walking straight into an ambush until we arrived.
With our friends.
With our friends. And not quite where the police were expecting us to be.
We didn't know what happened. Only that the line was suddenly crawling with them.
So the doctor was right. He saved your life.
That's not the point. Someone tipped off the milice about our plans that night.
Well, the doctor and I don't know anything about that. We'd only just arrived.
That's right. Polly and I had no contact with your organization until yesterday. So you see...
I have to be your prime suspect. I could easily have overheard or read something at the farmhouse. I was there for 3 days. And Jacqueline, I assume, was roped into your scheme at some stage. You'll also want to know about my dealings with Gerard, your forger.
No, you don't have to do this. Can't you see he's being honest with you?
Keep an eye on these two. They aren't to leave.
Don't worry. I'm sure he'll be fine.
That's what you said about Jamie, and then about Ben. Only now it turns out those soldiers didn't just arrest them for being on the train line, or being out after curfew. They mistook them for terrorists. Terrorists with bombs!
I think we ought to remember how resourceful Ben and Jamie can be. And once we've earned Claude's trust, I'm sure he'll provide us with the resources we need. As for our pilot friend, we don't really know that
He's
much.
no spy. What are they doing in there?
You are booked on the 0800 train with Pilot Officer Wright and one of these men here. It will take you to the border. The only problem you will have is if you are asked to show your identity papers. We are unable to provide these at present.
Oh, I'm sure we can find a way around that. All you have to do is find a new forger. If I do say so myself, I've always been a dab hand with a paintbrush. Polly, I need to take your photograph for the identity cards.
Oh, all right.
You can smile if you want to. Much better. Polly.
I was just thinking, what if it is here that the Nazis found him? What if the traitor told them about this place, and then you and me and Claude and the others might share his fate?
Even if that was true, we can't tell Claude, because why would he believe us?
I'd give anything to hear Ben's voice again.
Don't worry. You will.
Fate be blowed, Duchess. You can't just give up on someone because you think it might be hopeless. Ain't it down to fate anyway that you bumped into this bloke? You get a chance like that, I reckon you'd be a Burke not to take it.
I will do something.
You should not have come here. I have told you before you should not have come here. You could have led the milice to our doorstep.
It's not what you care about, man. Can't you see she's not sick?
I didn't know where else to go. They were waiting at the farmhouse, the Gestapo. They must have found out. But you saw them in time. You got away from them. A friend of mine, he waited on the road to warn me. On Cloud, they have my parents. My mom, Papa, they have been arrested and it's all my fault.
But they know nothing. You told them nothing. They can't lead the Gestapo to your contacts, to us.
No, they don't know the names of my contacts. They'll be tortured all the same, so won't they? I can't. I won't put them through that. If I turn myself in...
You can't do that, Jacqueline. That would not help your parents. And you have too much information that would endanger the lives of too many good patriots.
I could kill myself. I could let them find my corpse. Then they would say they have no reason.
I doubt your parents would want that, would they?
You must be strong, Jacqueline. We must all be strong. Our allies are preparing to advance. We know this. That is why our occupiers are so nervous these days. It will not be long now before your parents are free, before we are all free again.
Perhaps. But until then, Jacqueline has to disappear. The Gestapo must not find her. Can you do that for her, Claude?
It will not be that easy.
Oh, but surely it's obvious what we'll have to do. Jacqueline has to come with us on the train tomorrow.
But that means more work and more risk. And I'll have to arrange yet another train ticket and at short notice. And what will you and Jacqueline do in Spain once you get there? Where will you go? As French citizens, you're both liable to be arrested and returned.
I believe I could help with that. After all these young ladies have been through for the cause, I'm sure the British consulate would welcome them with open arms. I'll have a few choice words to say on the matter otherwise.
And I could always rustle up another fake identity.
I'll have to go out for a few hours. Be on your guard in case I do not return.
Of course, we won't be travelling with them by train. That's the last thing we could want to do. We'd end up further away from the TARDIS than ever, not to mention our friends.
But if we stay behind, what about Uncle Randolph?
Polly, I know what you're thinking of doing, but you cannot, must not, change history.
But if we go with him, make sure he's safe, we would save my dad the pain of losing his little brother.
Polly, I forgot you and Ben have never travelled in your own personal timelines before. You can't go back and change the past, because the past is what makes you, you. If you go back and save your uncle, not only could it alter you, but it might alter the whole course of the war.
Have you asked Claude yet about Ben and Jamie? If he can find them?
Oh yes, our marquee friend is quite eager to help since I told him I could rustle up a few more of these fake identity cards, minus the photos, of course. There's a radio amongst the junk through there, so hopefully some news should come through on that soon. Fingers crossed, eh?
Claude won't be too pleased when he realises we're going our own way. He'll think we were the spies after all.
Yes, I expect he will. We'll just have to be careful until then. Wait and see if we can slip away when no one's noticing. We'll have our own cards by then, so we should be able to travel freely without too much hassle.
I have good news at last. I've heard from my contacts about an escape. The Gestapo have been marching up a column of prisoners across France towards Germany when two of the men began to argue. They fought with each other until, when the soldiers stepped in to break them, the prisoners turned on them. A dozen men made their escape.
Did anyone give a description of the two from the scuffle?
All the sources agree. A seaman and a member of the Highland Regiment with his arm in a sling.
Oh, that's wonderful news, isn't it, Doctor?
Yes, at least we know where they are now, or rather where they'll be heading for.
I hope Claude's right, Doctor, that Jacqueline and her family will come through this and be reunited.
We know that France will be liberated in less than a year's time, and that the war will be over a few months after that. Far too late for some people, of course.
That policeman, over there. He is a cousin of mine. We grew up together. We were good friends once.
Yes, I remember him from the checkpoint yesterday. Do you think he'd turn a blind eye if he saw you here?
You've done all you can, Polly. You have to let your uncle go now. It's time to move on, I think. Ooh! Nope, not that. Nope. Here, hold this.
You're not meant to see that.
Careful, that's sharp. That's explosive. Don't put that in. Halt!
Oh, Polly. It's you. I thought you were the Melisse.
Oh yes, I saw them. I didn't know they'd be on the train too. I'd hope we've seen the last of them.
Yes, well, as long as you kept your head. Sit down, why don't you?
Isn't Jacqueline with you?
Went to check in on the others. I told her there was no need. Yeah, she just wanted to expend some nervous energy, I think.
I don't blame her. How can you be so calm?
You get used to it. Life on the run. There's no choice, I suppose. Oh, well, the hardest part is done now. We're almost home and dry. Ah, but look at me. Prattling on about home while the two of you are...
We're leaving our homes behind.
I never asked you, did I? If you have a family.
I have, yes. I have 4 brothers. 1 older, 3 younger. And... oh, my parents. What will they think? I always took them for granted. Always out there enjoying myself, and they never once complained. They were always there when I needed to go back. At least they're safe, though. My friends, they'll be safe too. I know they will. They don't need me.
That's the worst thing about this war. The way it tears families apart. Seen it more than ever these past few weeks. The Melisse against the resistance, brother against brother.
And do you have... are you married?
No, I can't say I've ever had that pleasure. There may have been a special someone once, but, well, old Adolphe changed a lot of plans now, didn't he? No, it's just me, my 2 brothers, and my devoted mother. Oh, and the sweetest little nephew.
Nephew?
Yes, I saw him a week before I flew out here, in fact. Edward, my brother Edward. He's the middle one. Charles is the eldest. Edward got hitched, well, a month before the war broke out. He's a doctor now, lives in a big old house in the country. His wife, she's a proper society lady. One of the Bettingham Smiths. No, I don't suppose that name means a lot to you, does it?
No. No, go on, please.
You know, now that I think about it, I'm sure they'd be glad to take the 2 of you in. You and Jacqueline. You know, just until you can go home again.
But they have a son, you said, and a daughter?
A son, yes, my nephew. Well, it must have been his 3rd birthday last summer. I didn't mention a niece, did I?
Excuse me. I just need to... I'm going to see if I can find Jacqueline. She's been gone a long time, don't you think?
No, Polly, I think I'd rather you stayed right here.
What do you mean? What are you doing?
You aren't a very good liar, I'm afraid. Well, I'm one to talk, aren't I? And here I thought I'd come through Claude's grilling with flying colours. How long have you been on to me? What gave me up in the end?
Does it matter? You aren't mine. You're a Gestapo, aren't you? You were the spy all along. You were the one who...
I'm also the one who's holding a knife to your throat. So if I were you, I wouldn't struggle. Because I meant what I said when I met you at that farmhouse. I really don't want to have to kill you.
But you don't mind a bit if I'm tortured or executed or just have to rot in a concentration camp, so I might as well struggle, mightn't I? I might as well scream at the top of my voice, because then Jacqueline might hear me and know what you are, and then at least she might stand a chance. And what have I got to lose?
If that's how you want it.
Oh, Jacqueline, you saved my life. But where did you get the gun from?
I had taken it from the cellar, from under Cloud's nose. When I stepped into the compartment, and I had seen that man holding a knife on you, I did not hesitate.
And no one's come to investigate thanks to that tunnel.
I think we should leave. Abandon this time.
If we did that, Jacqueline, not only would we miss our rendezvous, we'd be totally alone in the middle of nowhere. I'll go and get the others to help us get rid of the body. We can hide it under the seats. All right?
I'll never forget the next few days. I thought a lot about my uncle. My real uncle, I mean. He must have been in German hands for some time. Months, probably, for that man to have known so much about him as he did. To have thought he could take his place. I hadn't been brought to 1944 to save him. There had been no fate involved, just blind chance. And I had thrown away my life, abandoned everyone I loved, run away from Ben, Jamie, and the doctor for that lie.
We have a 2-day hike ahead of us, across the Pyrenees to the border. There will be militia on patrol, but I know this mouth as well. We will avoid them.
I should go back.
Claude was right. The Gestapo and the milice. They are losing this war, and it makes them all the more ruthless, more brutal. We must leave the resistance effort to those who can respond in kind, to the likes of Claude. There is no place for us now, in my country.
Wait, they're my friends! Everyone, it's the doctor!
Come on, Mikel. Some friends of yours like to play it rough.
They thought you were the German!
Hi. We thought the same of you what?
How did you get here? Polly told us you were stopped to the station platform.
Well, there was a small incident, nothing I couldn't take care of. Of course, I did miss my train. Fortunately, I was able to bump into able Seaman Jackson and Private McCrimmon here, and we secured our own transport cross-country.
I have to go with them. I'm sorry, Jacqueline, it's just... Well, you don't have far to go now, and we can't come to the consulate with you. I can't say why not. It's to do with the doctor's secret research. It's just best if we make our own way from here.
Jacqueline is my code name. My name, my real name, is Michelle.
How did you manage to steer the TARDIS here? It's usually so... I mean to say you can't always...
It only took him about 6 hours with his head buried under that control thingy.
Whilst Ben and Jamie searched out maps of the area and bickered over which route you were most likely to take.
No, I reckon Paul's right. I told you it was too dicey. We could end up a million miles from here.
I don't think so, Ben. I think we might have had fate on our side this time.
What did you mean, Doctor? About having fate on our side?
Well, it's just a hunch, really. I had a quick peek at the time scanner before, and it showed me... No, let's not go into that, shall we? It's often best not to know your own future, as I'm sure you know. But history does have a way of protecting itself.
You mean, if you'd never made it back for me? If I'd gone on to Spain and then England?
Polly, right. Did I ever thank you for always being there for me? Especially when I needed you most. When well, let's just say that without you, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. You may not have been able to make the difference that you wanted to save your uncle, but you did make a difference to the lives of Jacqueline and Claude, and goodness knows how many others when you boarded that train and exposed that spy. You are an extraordinarily resourceful and compassionate young woman, and one day you will work out what it is you want to do with your life, and you will do it magnificently. You'll make a real difference, I can promise you that. Just do me this one favour, would you? Don't make that difference here in the past. I want you to change the future.